I'm gonna show you my tenor saxophone right now, and this is it. Okay, this is a silver plated Eastern Music Mark 6 tenor saxophone with the gold washed bell. Some of you may actually like this, some of you may not, and I don't care, I like it. There's some features that were actually added in this upon my request, and one of those things is this key guard, the wired key guards. Yeah, and they actually added this, which is actually quite nice. This 3 layers of sling ring. Honestly, I would actually just prefer one because for me, like, weight is a big deal. Yeah, so but yeah, they added there, so yeah, thank you for that. I actually requested for a high F sharp to be added. I'm so sorry to disappoint some of you guys here, but I'm actually very reliant on the high F sharp. There's just one thing I don't like with this is that there's no rod guard in here to keep it from like moving whenever you accidentally touch it. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't affect the playing at all. It's just me nitpicking some stuff. The first thing I'm gonna talk about is the build quality and how far Chinese manufacturing have gone. If y'all remember, I used to have a made in China saxophone under the brand called ADI, which was actually a Philippine brand. I was using it since I was using it since 2016 all the way to 2022, which was actually pretty good for it, you know. So after I overhauled the Selmer Mark 6, I was really poisoned, and I had no budget to buy a Selmer saxophone. These guys, I mean, the Mark 6 tenor saxophones are also expensive that I don't really want to buy. Even the Super Action AT Series 2 is way too expensive for me. Why don't I just order from Eastern Music? I mean, I've tried an Eastern Music Mark 6 tenor saxophone. That was an unlacquered version of it because my friend Tim, he actually bought one, and I actually helped him buy that one. So I was there to playtest the tenor for it. Build quality, I was very surprised. Okay, so the keys are all well made. I don't know, I can't even say anything negative about the body. The body spec and the neck is actually very nice as well. I think the shape is very reminiscent of the Mark 6. But I would say the Mark 6 has a bit of a wider bore in here around this area. But I think around here, on this area, they actually got it right. But I think here, if I remember correctly, I think the Mark 6 has a bit of a wider bore here. The pads are real Italian Pisoni pads. I would like to talk about the engraving as well. I love to talk about the engraving. I mean, it's a generic Mark 6 design. Yeah, they copied from the Selmer Mark 6. And it's actually very well made. Just, I don't know if you can see the details. But see. Yeah, so I think it's showing. Yeah, look at the details. It's very nice. Engraving is very nice. Key heights. At first, I actually find the key heights to be a bit on the low side, but you know, I can adjust these things. The only negative thing I would say about this, I mean about the build quality, is that the material they use for key action, the corks that they use, it's all the soft corks that they use for this. And I mean, it's okay. I just prefer synthetic corks. I would have preferred having a synthetic cork at the top part and then a soft cork on the bottom. But here, what I get is a soft cork on top, soft cork on the bottom. And then on the G as well, the G arm touching the octave pip. Alright, so it's a soft cork. It's just me, my own preference. I can nitpick this stuff because I've experimented on all my saxophones, and I do have the synthetic cork that I'm talking about, so I can actually just change it pretty much. The thumb hook, the thing that came here is actually a different thumb hook, which I'll show maybe here, and I opted to change to an Ishimori thumb hook because I like the curve that the Ishimori thumb hook has in here. So yeah, I'm glad to say that it's actually not that heavy. It's around 3.4 kilos. Maybe I'll post a picture here. And 3.4 is not that bad. My Trevor James signature custom was 3.5, almost 3.6. My old Chinese made saxophone, the ADI, was around 3.6 something. Another thing is that it's a fully ribbed construction. For those who knows, you know, it's a fully ribbed construction, which is actually nice. And it's not the kind of like rib construction where there's like a loss in resonance that you feel as a player. Resonance and the vibration, it's very important for me. So I'm glad to say that this actually delivers. Bell to body brace, it's a Selmer Mark 6 design. Things that I've observed that needed attention. All right, attention to detail. If I rate the manufacturer who made this, I would give them a solid 7 out of 10 or 8 out of 10. Why? Because out of the box, it actually plays very well. All right, it's just me where I can nitpick some things. Like, let's say, for example, I've noticed on the first day I've had this, the pads were all sealing. All right. Usually for brand new saxophones, you're gonna spend some time playing it. Maybe after 2 weeks, if you practice every day like I do, or just noodle around every day. You know, after 2 weeks, you're gonna see the leaks, or you're gonna feel like there's a bit of like resistance in the playing. So for this one, it just took me 2 days. Okay, so maybe out of the box, because they had this like compression thingy that holds the pads closed. And yeah, so maybe after some time the pads have like returned to its like original state. The leather has relaxed, and I've noticed that there was a leak here on the side C and on the side B flat, and then on the F sharp tone hole, the F and the E. All right, those are the problem notes that I've had, and I adjusted it, and it was okay for a day. The next day, the leaks are back. All right, so my suspicion was that there was a wrong. It was maybe wrong amount of shellac that was used, or maybe the shellac was not touching the whole back of the pad. So I checked first on the F key. All right, the F key, and I found out. I found this. Okay, I mean, I'm not saying this is negative. They used shellac, it's okay. And I did check all the keys. Everything was okay except for this key. It's just one pad that didn't have enough shellac, which is actually very good. If I remember correctly, I'm not gonna talk about the brand, but even brand new saxophones from big manufacturers, they all use very small amounts of glue, maybe sometimes at the center only, maybe sometimes at the side only, not touching the middle, which is kind of sad for the current production of well-known brands. I don't know, for me it's just cheating. I mean, one pad out of how many pads here? I realized that maybe the plating was too thick. The silver plating was too thick. And maybe they didn't bother to level the tone hole before they put the pads in it. So I did check. So I checked with my leveler, and yes, I was correct. And it didn't have, I mean, it's not level, but there's only this like little amount. I mean, pads can adjust to that, but you know, I prefer having it level. So I checked everything, and lo and behold, I saw a few tone holes that were not level. So the side B flat, the side C, the F sharp, the G sharp tone hole, the F, and the F sharp. Yeah, so I leveled the tone holes, and I would say if it weren't for the silver plating, I think it would have been level. Maybe they just forgot that after silver plating, the tone hole will not be level. Level the tone hole before you close the pads or before you close the keys. Yeah, so right, I'm not touching or pressing it hard. See? Okay. Very good, right? Okay, so I think that's about it. So the real question here is, should you buy an Eastern Music Tenor Saxophone? I would say if you are looking for a Selmer or a similar sound to a Selmer, yeah, you can go buy an Eastern Music. But there's one thing, like all the other brand new saxophones, you must bring it to a reputable technician, saxophone technician. All in all, right out of the box, this is actually okay. But yeah, just have it checked by a technician, a reputable technician who really has the knowledge and the wisdom about this. I mean, about adjusting saxophone or working on saxophones. I would prefer technicians that actually play. Yeah. Okay, I think that's all. Play test.
One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Alright, so I think that will be all for this vlog. So before I end this vlog, I would like to ask, would you buy an Eastern Music Mark 6 tenor saxophone? Comment down your thoughts below, and please make sure to like and subscribe if you like these kinds of contents, and I will try my best to keep up. Keep on posting, maybe a monthly or a weekly kind of thing. Alright, see ya, bye bye, thanks for watching.